What's up everyone, this is FP Sticks bringing you my tournament recap video of a Fusion Cup tournament that we just had today in Westminster, Colorado. This was a nice easy 4-round tournament and I was able to sweep this 4-0, which was really exciting. This first round is up against my wife, Katie, Clarinet Juice. You've seen her on the channel in the most recent video. And it's always hilarious when we get matched up in the first round because we battle against each other so much anyways. So always hilarious. With this tournament, I am running my Cloister team here. And I just watched Purple Kyogre's tournament recap video, and he was running the same team as me, which is pretty funny. I didn't even realize that we were running the same team there, but you can see I'm running Noctowl, Whiscash, Shiftry, Bronzong, Alolan Marowak, and Cloister. And she's running Shiftry, Bronzong, Alolan Ninetales, Quagsire, Alolan Marowak, and Altaria. So she's running Altaria as her flyer and Quagsire as her Mudboy there. Now, my Shiftry's on her Alolan Ninetales right here, which is not good at all. But because I was able to farm up so much energy, I'm going to be able to throw these Leaf Blades, draw some shields. Got Cloister and Noctowl remaining here. So I bring in my Cloister. I know that since shields are down, I'm going to be able to get to this Hydro Pump nuke, and it's going to be able to take out the Alolan Ninetales. She's got Shiftry in the back. I make an instant swap into Noctowl. Even though my Cloister would have done a decent job as well with those Ice Shards, I'm just going to switch into my Noctowl because it's much safer. Now, her biggest mistake in this first match was getting her Bronzong switch locked against my Shiftry. That really just caused me to sweep the rest of the match. Pretty much all day today, I was able to run a Shiftry as a safe swap, unless they had a Heracross. That would really be the only thing that would totally prevent me from running Shiftry as a safe switch. Because even against the Charmers, by the time they switch in after they see your Shiftry, you've already gotten 2, maybe 3 Snarls off. So you're easily going to be able to throw 2 Leaf Blades in that matchup. And then even if they totally farm you down, which is the correct play, you can bring in something that's going to hard wall their charge moves. And so it's just a great scenario. Shiftry is really great as a switch in. So she makes the same mistake here. And again, this is something that is really something you got to watch out for in the Fusion Cup, is getting your Bronzong switch locked against a Shiftry really, really bad. I do commit a shield here because I know that she's running Flash Cannon. Again, she's my wife, and I made her team of 6, so I know like what moves she has. So this is a very favorable situation for me. So I overfarm very heavily in that matchup, and I'm okay with committing that shield to shield up the Flash Cannon, because a Shiftry with energy is one of the most dangerous things in this cup. I'm telling you right now, literally the only thing that absolutely hardwalls Shiftry is a Heracross, and not many people are running that because of all the flyers and the Charmers and Bronzong using Confusion as well. So Shiftry is a beast. I highly encourage you to try him out as a safe swap. Put something in the lead position that you feel has a lot of good matchups. If you get a good matchup in the lead, great. If you don't, you at least have Shiftry that you can switch into really fast. And with an energy advantage, you are always going to draw shields, as the worst case scenario. And in a best case scenario, you're going to win back switch advantage. So I'm a huge fan of Shiftry over Venusaur. Empoleon's Community Day is next weekend, I believe, and I also have a tournament that is happening right after Community Day. So I am anticipating a major shift in the meta, and I will most likely be switching out my Cloister for a Poliwrath. Poliwrath is going to be an amazing answer to Empoleon. And I'm anticipating there will be less charm users with Empoleon getting that new move, because its usage rate should go up. You can think of Empoleon almost as another steel type, which is going to be resisting those Charmers. So same scenario here. I have energy on my Shiftry, so I'm easily going to be able to throw these Leaf Blades It does so much damage to any Charmer, Wigglytuff, Ninetales. No one wants to get hit by a Leaf Blade. Even the Flyers, it's going to do a decent amount of damage. Shiftry is so great with Snarl. The Charms really chunk away, but I have a shield advantage here. I end up bringing in my Alolan Marowak, and I'm going to try to just farm this thing down. Because I am up a shield, I'm actually going to let this go through as well. Wow, that's pretty nuts. Totally farming this down. I could have even committed a shield there if I wanted to preserve this health, but in this cup especially, I have found that matchup to matchup, you don't really want to end up with a lot of health because you can bet that a hard counter to whatever you currently have in is coming in very soon, and the less health you give them to farm up, the better your scenario will be. I do commit a shield here because I want to be able to rip off some Shadow Balls here. She goes for the Earthquake. It would be slightly more energy efficient to just go for the Stone Edge here, especially since I have shields up. But because I'm up shields, I land the Shadow Ball, and then I instant switch into my Noctowl to farm down energy. Again, because I have a shield advantage, I am comfortable totally only using fast moves here in order to gain energy for whatever matchup is in the back. I feel like that is a strategy that is very useful because now I have my Noctowl against the Bronzong, which normally would be a bad matchup for me. But because I'm entering this matchup with almost enough energy for like 2 Nightshades, this is amazing for me. It's nowhere near as bad. Bronzong is a good answer to Noctowl, but not when the Noctowl just went to Farm City on the matchup before. So totally fine with this. And very close here. I switch in my Alolan Marowak just to kind of be a little fancy here at the end to catch this charge move. I was counting those confusions. And this actually ends up being a crazy close match. It almost would have been safer for me to just let my Noctowl tank that, but I wanted to see if I could perfect that switch out. So I was able to take that first match. I always feel bad when I'm matched up with Katie against the first round, but I don't go easy on anyone in a tournament. So good games there. Round 2 is up against 3 Hat. You've seen him in a lot of my tournament videos here. Very tough competitor. Now, he's running a Wigglytuff, and in my practice battles, Wigglytuff gave me a lot of problems. So I definitely account for that in my line of 3. I lead Bronzong. I anticipated a Wigglytuff lead, and so this is very favorable for me. The correct play is if you're stuck in this scenario, the Wigglytuff should not stay in. You should get out of there as quickly as possible because that charm damage is resisted, and now I have a Bronzong with loaded energy, and my Noctowl can comfortably come in and tank all this. One thing you need to watch out for, I have yet to run into this, but I've run some simulations, because this exact scenario, Noctowl against Alolan Marowak, happens very frequently in this cup. At least it does for me. And Alolan Marowak just feels like it's totally walled. If you run Fire Blast on it, I believe it's 80 energy, so it's going to take 8 fire spins to get to. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong. Someone always corrects me if I'm wrong in the comments. But if you run Fire Blast, sorry, did I say Fire Spin? Yeah, Fire Blast, you can really win that Noctowl matchup if you're able to like land a Bone Club bait. But I feel like giving up that Shadow Ball nuke, just you lose some matchups there. Go for a Sky Attack on that Alolan Sandslash because I want a cleaner switch out there. I'm okay with committing a shield here. And it is the Bulldoze, so amazing scenario for me. My Alolan Marowak is going to be a great response to the Wigglytuff and the Alolan Sandslash. So I really brought in 2 solid answers to Wigglytuff, Bronzong, and Alolan Marowak. Because I learned through my practice battles, man, Wigglytuff will mess you up if you only bring in 1 check to it. So I played very safe here. Sometimes when you practice against a certain Pokemon, you develop a fear of it, and that can either positively or negatively affect your matchups. In this case, I knew how strong Wigglytuff is, so he was able to help me out. But if he would have capitalized on the fact that after this first match I countered it really hard, you could recognize that I thought of Wigglytuff as a threat, so maybe you could leave it on the bench and then the counters that I would bring in would be utterly useless. Again, I'm bringing 2 Wigglytuff counters here, leading Alolan Marowak. I have not seen his Poliwrath. This is a really bad scenario for me. I get a couple Fire Spins off, and then I choose to mirror here. Now, Alolan Sandslash is an anti-flyer, obviously. It's Ice and Steel, and these Ice Punches are going to be coming pretty fast. But it just doesn't feel as solid of an anti-flyer to me. The tanks like Bronzong and Probopass, those really feel like hard walls to the flyers. And even in this scenario, I'm feeling okay. These Sky attacks, even though they're going to be resisted, are still going to do a decent amount of damage. Now, if he had a Probopass on his team, there's no way that I could use Noctowl as a switch-in at all. And I do go up against 2 competitors later on in this tournament that run Probopass, and you'll see Noctowl is, you cannot use it as a switch-in. Way too high risk of you getting absolutely farmed down, and you can pretty much forfeit the match at that point if you make that mistake. Stuck in this scenario again, I let the Sky Attack go through. We do not like using our shields, man. We both still have 2 shields. This is a positive matchup for Bronzong. I'm very surprised that he's staying in right now. I'm going to let this Sky Attack go through. My Bronzong has energy farm. This Noctowl is still in here, which I'm surprised by. So if it's in here, I'm going to at least get a shield with this Psyshock. There's the shield. This Noctowl is still in. So this is causing me to think, okay, whatever he has in the back, he does not want this Bronzong to be matched up against it. So I'm going to start committing shields and take advantage of this matchup. I'm able to farm down this Noctowl. It's able to get another Sky Attack off. Really unfortunate. I let out a little yell in the McDonald's when that Noctowl was still able to get that move off. He's got a Alolan Marowak in the back, which is interesting. Not sure why he just didn't switch it onto my Bronzong right away, because that's definitely a better response. And now, since I was able to farm a little bit with my Alolan Marowak, here comes the Shadow Ball. Now that shields are down, almost completely takes out the Alolan Marowak, which is even better for me because I'm able to get 1 more Fire Spin off. This Alolan Sandslash comes back in. This is most likely just going to be an Ice Punch, but I have the shield. Going to use it anyways. Able to take that match. So I take that second game. We do play a third game. Always play your third games. Don't ever concede that third game because there's a lot that you can learn through these matchups. And now that Syl factors in battles won as a secondary tiebreaker, make sure you're playing your third matches, everyone. Bronzong is a great response to Alolan Sandslash. I'm okay with staying in this matchup. Alolan Sandslash has to go for Bulldoze. I know this is going to be an Ice Punch because it occurred too soon, so I don't need to commit a shield here. He makes a switch out, and now his Shiftry is stuck against my Noctowl. But again, Shiftry is such an amazing switch-in that he's going to be able to draw some shields here or flip this matchup because he was able to farm like 3 Snarls before I even came in. So not super great. But yeah, Shiftry, amazing switch-in. As long as they don't have Heracross. That's my only word of concern with using Shiftry as a safe switch. I have to shield that Foul Play. It's going to do a lot of damage. Barely able to get to this Sky Attack before he's able to get to another Foul Play. Debatable on whether or not I should have fast move farmed that down. But he commits his second shield. He really wants to win back switch advantage. So I'm going to let him have it. I'm okay with that. Oh, he's able to get 1 more Snarl. That's not super great. So I have some options here. I bring in my Alolan Marowak and barely able to take out that Shiftry before it is like able to get off a Leaf Blade. So good for me. I'm up a shield. My Marowak has a little bit of energy. I believe my Bronzong has a little bit of energy. Noctowl is a great response to the Marowak, so I bring in my Bronzong. And luckily I'm able to get this Psyshock off before he switches out his Noctowl. Again, really positive situation for me. This Noctowl is still staying in and is dumping its energy in my Bronzong. Very interesting. Not going to shield this. It's only a Sky Attack. And we CMP tie. I'm able to throw this Psyshock here. Again, really great for me. I'm surprised that the Noctowl is staying in on this Bronzong. There's the switch out. This is most likely just going to be an Ice Punch, but I'm okay with letting it go. Still does not KO me, so he's able to farm down a little bit more. Great scenario for the Sand Slash, but here comes my Alolan Marowak. Double super effective fire spins. This is the biggest reason why I'm not a huge fan of Alolan Sand Slash. It's just got too many weakness to things that are meta in this cup. Weak to ground, double weak to fire, double weak to fighting, which when Empoleon comes back, I'm going to try out my Poliwrath. And I'm sure everyone who watches this video in Colorado is going to be bringing their Charmers back out and hard countering my strat. But that's okay. I like Poliwrath a lot. So I'm able to take that second round there. Good games there, 3-hat. Round 3 is up against Joel Ray 13. You've seen him in a lot of tournaments as well. Really strong competitor. And he is running a Probopass. This thing gave me a lot of problems. I switch in my Leaf Blade on the Probopass, but now he switches in his Frostlass, and this is an okay situation for me. Shiftry is faster than Frostlass at getting to its charge moves, and so I feel comfortable with this, especially since I switched in here. Frostlass really gave me a lot of problems in today's tournament, and it was because a lot of the matchups I had against it, I did not play it very well. I don't think it's a huge weakness against my team, but I just need to play it better. I commit both shields here because I really want to fully snarl down this Frostlass and win back switch advantage. Let's see what comes back in. If it's the Probopass, I'm going to be able to get some Leaf Blades off. But that thing already farmed a little bit of energy. It's a Shiftry. So I believe I'm going to be able to get 3 Leaf Blades off here, which is going to put a lot of pressure on this Shiftry. Hopefully get his last shield out of there. But I know that he's got a very healthy Probopass. And I believe the third Pokemon I brought in here is Alolan Marowak, I think. And since that Probopass is running Rock Throw instead of Spark, really not good for me. He can just fast move, beat me down the whole time. Now Joel here farmed up a lot of energy. Great play on his Shiftry, so whatever I bring in is going to be getting hit with the charge move. I bring in my Alolan Marowak because even if it's a foul play, I know it won't get one-shotted. But he actually, he misclicked here and went for the Leaf Blade. He thought that my Cloyster was coming back out. He instantly switches. I have a slight energy advantage here, or I got a little bit of energy from that previous matchup. Bone Clubs are going to be double super effective, but they're not that great of a move, and look at how much damage Rock Throw is doing to me. I'm not able to get to this second Bone Club. This is easily going to be good games here. I do have a full health Cloyster, but Icy Wind is going to be resisted. My only hope there was to get to a Hydro Pump before he can get to a Rock Slide. That's definitely not happening. So Cloyster did absolutely nothing for me in that first game. Really unfortunate. He's running double grass as well, which really keeps my Whiscash on the bench. And I bet that was his strategy from the beginning. Because if you saw, he brought in Probopass and Frostlass. And because of that double grass, it really scared my Whiscash away. Sometimes I feel like I just need to be a little bit braver. When I see someone running 2 grass types, you know that they're trying to inflict some mental, psychological warfare on you. I should have just brought my Whiscash in anyways, because it would have had great matchups and just been like, you know what? Who cares about your double grass? I bet you're just trying to fake me out. But it's tough in tournaments, man, because every loss that you take is a big deal. Like this is not practice. This is the real stuff right here. I get my Alolan Marowak on the Frostlass. Shields are down. I am going to commit my last shield and commit to farming down this Frostlass. Really great for me. Still got all 3 my Pokemon. Shields are down. My Alolan Marowak has some energy. Is the Noctowl going to come out? Oh, it's a Shiftry. This is great for me. I could have maybe done one more Fire Spin, but I did not want to get greedy. I land the Shadow Ball. Why did I say this is great for me? This isn't that great for me. It's great that I have energy. I land the Shadow Ball. That foul play is going to take me out. Yikes. I know the Shiftry still has a little bit of energy, so I'm going to mirror with my own Shiftry. Now right there, I could have committed to the Leaf Blade, but I am prioritizing having an energy advantage over a health advantage right now. Yikes, there's that Probo Pass. This is going to be tough. He's got the Shiftry in the back that's very low health. I'm going to switch into my Bronzong. One Bulldoze is going to do the trick here. And since this is a Rock Throw Probo Pass, it generates energy much slower than a Spark one would. This is, he throws a Thunderbolt. I didn't know what his second move was. And Thunderbolt hits Bronzong for neutral, so it allows Probo Pass to have a slightly better matchup here. This is still very favorable for Bronzong. You can even think of Bronzong like an anti, or like a tank counter. A tank that counters other tanks. That Bulldoze is super nice. I'm able to take that second game. We are going to a third game, folks, to see if I can still stay undefeated here. Looks like I'm going to go with a Shiftry lead. I've been using a Shiftry safe switch a lot in this cup. Going to try to lead with it. Bronzong is not that safe of a switch because if he gets his Shiftry on it, it's really bad. So we're in a Shiftry mirror match. This is great because I want this Shiftry out of here. I take a quick peek at my team. The two things that I have in the back are both weak to Shiftry, so I need to get rid of this Shiftry right now. I cannot have this thing be lined up with my Bronzong. So I QSA here. Whenever you're in a mirror match, always go for that queued sequence attack. Try to get an energy advantage in any way that you can. And now you can see I am one Snarl ahead, and you could even see the difference in health between our Shiftries there. Slightly ahead in health, and I was a little bit ahead in energy as well. I'm not going to shield here. I want to mirror his shield play. Little bit of lag here, but we're communicating about it right now. We're just going to play it out. Everything's fine. My Shiftry was going to be able to take that. He makes an amazing switch into Noctowl, and I could not afford all this energy going away. So I'm okay, even though I dumped the Leaf Blade in the Noctowl. Totally okay with me. And now he gets his Noctowl stuck against my Bronzong. Here's another situation where I want to leave my Bronzong with as little health and as much energy as possible. Little health, lot of energy, and that seems to be the way to do decent in this Fusion Cup, especially when you have a bad matchup. Because whatever is going to be coming in after I destroy this Noctowl is going to farm up my Bronzong. So I get the Noctowl out there. I didn't want to eat another Nightshade. I'm up a shield advantage. This Shiftry is barely able to get a charge attack off. Ugh. So I will commit a shield here. It is a foul play. Thank goodness I shielded that. What is in the back? It is a Frostlass. I have a lot of different options that I can use to counter this. So I'm just going to go into my Alolan Marowak because I want this raw damage of Fire Spin to really lower the health of this Frostlass. And I'm just going to go straight Bone Club to apply a lot of shield pressure. This is his last Pokemon. I know he's going to have to shield it to keep it alive. Boom, there's the last shield. That's exactly what I want. These Fire Spins are really adding up. You cannot farm me. He's barely able to get to this Shadow Ball here before I can get to the Bone Club. This is going to take me out. And I made a misclick there. I did not mean to click the Shiftry. And this was super close. I was barely able to get to this Psyshock here. Man, my thumbs got nervous and it clicked on the Shiftry, and that almost lost me the match because it allowed his Frostlass to get another Powder Snow off. So I win that set. Really good games, Joel. Really tough battles. The finals are against Foosnail, and if you watched my Mega Tournament Timeless recap, you know that the finals were against him as well. And he swept me 3-0. And caused me to not win that tournament. I got second place instead. So it was time for some revenge. And if you guys want to see how not to play Cloyster, watch this freaking match, man. Really dumb plays on my part. I know in the zero shield scenario, I can win this if I go straight Hydro Pump. But for some reason, I went for the bait here. Totally failed. So I'm going to go for the double debuff here at least. And I do get that, which is really good. I don't shield here, and I'm hoping that I can Ice Shard this thing down. Because I look at how much damage that Shadow Ball did there, and I'm like, yikes, I can't take another one of these. But here comes a second Shadow Ball, so I have to make a tough decision here. I'm now down 2 shields, but I won the lead. And if you see, he's got Probopass in his team, which is a really solid answer to my Cloyster. I have energy banked. In comes the Probopass. I have to go for the Hydro Pump nuke. Is he going to shield this? Boom! Freaking Hydro Pump on the Probopass. That was a huge play for me. But this still is going to be an uphill battle. Down 2 shields. This Probopass has energy. In comes my Bronzong. I can tank whatever charge move this is going to be. Let's hope he has a flyer in the back. That's what I'm hoping. Otherwise, I'm totally screwed. It's Whiscash. I'm totally screwed. This is a good game. I do have Shiftry, I believe I brought in here. But that Whiscash has 2 shields. I probably should have... Either way, it's a losing scenario because the Whiscash with 2 shields can easily get to a Blizzard. So I left my Bronzong in here to try to get him to dump all of his energy, but he farmed up a great amount of energy. So this is obviously going to burn the last shield, but he's going to beat me to the Blizzard before I can get to a Leaf Blade. And I'm going to be in a pretty bad scenario. He's going to be able to take this first match. Whenever you lose that first match, man, it's really easy to get discouraged. So whenever I lose that first match, I take a little bit more time to select my team for the second match. Really be careful about what I bring in here. Yeah, this Whiscash is going to be able to take me out. Had a lot of problems against Frostlass today. It was a very ballsy move that he did not take that shield bait in the opening matchup of Cloyster against Frostlass. If I would have landed that Hydro Pump, I would have been in an amazing scenario. I shouldn't have even shielded that Cloyster in the beginning, so big mistake on my part. I heavily adapt my team. I go with a Whiscash lead. Now this, in the simulations, is still not favorable for Whiscash if the Frostlass has really good IVs, which I'm assuming that his is, because $14.99, that's very close to $1,500. But if I remember correctly, somehow I'm able to win out this matchup. So at some point, I think I sneak... so right there, I did a mud shot while I was throwing my charge move, and I think that might have been the thing that allowed me to win this matchup here. I think that's what it was right there. I threw a mud shot while I threw a mud bomb. You saw my Whiscash do that animation. Because normally, okay, and we CMP'd tied there, and the Whiscash was able to win the tie. And so now I'm able to win this lead scenario with my Whiscash, which is huge for me. Nothing he brings in, except for the Venusaur. If he would have brought the Venusaur in, he would have been able to farm me down. He goes for his own Whiscash. I'm just going to apply as much Mud Bomb pressure as possible. If he totally goes for the farm down here, he's going to eat some Mud Bombs. So he did some great counting there. Great scenario for me because I'm able to get a Shiftry on the Whiscash. We lag a little bit. We play it out. I make a very clunky switch into Bronzong because it was a little bit laggy. Getting a little frustrated there. I hate when the switch in and switch out is clunky. It's really frustrating. He throws the Thunderbolt, which again hits for neutral damage on Bronzong. That's a really good thing to take note of. I definitely think that's the correct moveset to run. I'm able to land the Bulldoze on the Probopass. He's saving that last shield for the Whiscash, but I know that my Shiftry is going to be able to out-spam him. No way that this Whiscash is going to get to the Blizzard, and I still have a shield anyway, so I'm able to very confidently take this second game. But that Probopass really has me worried. Because it's that Rock Throw Probopass, my Shiftry doesn't have as positive of a matchup anymore. My Alolan Marowak doesn't have as positive of a matchup. And I am very scared to bring in Noctowl. But I bring it in this game of 3. I cannot get that thing lined up against the Probopass or Frostlass, or it's going to be very tough. I get the lead here, which is huge. Whiscash has to get out of here. In comes the Probopass. I make kind of a slow switch again, but again, Snarl has a longer animation, so if you're tapping too fast, it's really hard to switch out. So I always err on the side of caution and try to allow for a little bit more room there because I don't want to screw up that switch. Now I farm up a lot of energy here again because I want my Bronzong to be very low health. But he shields this bulldoze. Very interesting. I'm like, wow, okay, what does he have in the back that he is shielding his Probopass for? So I'm going to mirror my own shield with the Rock Slide. Going to go for another bulldoze here. And he shields this as well. And now I'm in farm down range with Rock Throw, which is not really great. I am up a shield, but neither of these Pokemon are great responses to Probopass. Luckily, my Shiftry, I get one extra Snarl in there, and I know that this Probopass is in Leaf Blade range, so I'm going to be able to take it out with this. That Whiscash is in the back. That was a misclick on his part, and you can see his Noctowl is now invisible. He brought in the Whiscash, and then he immediately switched into the Noctowl. But I'm up a shield here. After this match, we discussed this scenario a lot to kind of see how it would play out. But since I was already up a shield here, I believe the matchup still would have been the same. If he would have brought in his Noctowl immediately, I don't know. I'm up a shield, so I still think I would have confidently taken this match. But definitely a misclick on his part, which definitely cost him the game here. But these were really tough battles. I know my Noctowl is going to put a lot of pressure on this Whiscash. Whiscash cannot farm down. It's got to go for the Blizzard here. I still have Shiftry in the back with energy charged, I'm pretty sure. Yep, a little bit of energy. One more Snarl does it, and I'm able to land the Leaf Blade. So I'm able to sweep this first tournament 4-0. Nice casual tournament, just getting some good practice out there. Huge thanks to everyone who came to the tournament today. It was a lot of fun. Be looking forward to some more videos where I might change up my team a little bit in anticipation for Empoleon. As always, if you want to be on my friends list and you want to battle with me, you want to be featured in these videos, head on over to patreon.com/fbsticks and become a member. Thank you so much for watching yet again. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.